Good afternoon, everyone. Excuse me, this is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, January 29, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern. Do any of us know our real strength? Deep inside, each of us is a power that is so profound it can literally wipe clean any problem you have in milliseconds. Would you like to know how to access this power today? Okay. The first step is to practice being extremely gentle with yourself in everything you attempt to do today. When approaching life, keep your mind calm and centered. Do this by following the long, slow, flowing movement of your breath. This breathing awareness will maintain a deep calm in you and radiate a peaceful vibration where nobody can ruffle your feathers. It is within the calm eye of the storm that your real strength is revealed. You can test it out with someone or something that tends to disturb or aggravate you. Feel into your flowing breath as you meet them and fall deeper within into that quiet, still, calm place inside. This breathing, journey is the rhythm of finding the amazing soul of. You'll soon see how strong you truly are because you can totally let go of any judgments of your outer world. The wise one feels into their pain and releases it through each exhalation. On the inhalation, they say yes to the totality of existence. It's that easy. The wise one feels into their pain and releases it through each exhalation. On the inhalation, they say yes to the totality of existence. It's that easy. With this conscious breathing process, your entire life becomes a pillar of strength, naturally inspiring everyone else to discover theirs too. Who knew letting go and saying yes could be so empowering? Trust the feeling, as it will be what will guide you all the way home. Cease trying to work everything out in your mind and with your mind. It will get you nowhere. Live instead by intuition and inspiration. Let your whole life become a revelation. Eileen Caddy. The mind is naturally creative. It is always generating thoughts in every moment of our lives. Whether these ideas are new, revolutionary, self-realized, enlightening, million-dollar ideas, or mundane complaints about the neighbor next door, all depends on whether the gateway to your ultimate creative capacity is open or closed. Most people believe that there are only a few gifted, creative individuals born in the world, while the rest of us are not so lucky to be creatively endowed. In reality, the truth is more radical than this. We are all deeply creative beings who are constantly inventing every detail of our lives. And each breathing moment, every thought you're thinking right now is creating something. The real question is, are these thoughts in alignment with what your heart truly wants to manifest Or are you still selling yourself short and settling for what you don't want? Either way, you are still creating your reality, inventing the dream you're living in every single instant of your life. One of the most effective things any of us can do to instantly skyrocket our ultimate creative capacity is to allow ourselves to do absolutely nothing. That's right. Take a vacation from taking, doing, achieving, exploring, examining, discovering, learning, growing, and just practice being. Just relax into your body. Experience being alive. Present to this simple, soft presence that you are, and be still. How would it feel if you took the time to stare at the clouds floating by for an entire afternoon? Set aside a substantial amount of time to do absolutely nothing on your agenda. This instantly creates a vacuum-like energy. And this succulent taste of emptiness will cause massive amounts of new creative juices to start bursting from inside. Nature abhors a vacuum. And if you can truly do nothing, be nothing, think about nothing, feel nothingness at the core of your being, you'll be blown away by the creativity that naturally arises. The only reason you may have felt blocked in your creative exploration of life is because you haven't been able to let go of your addictions, distractions, and drop the desiring mind. Make it a priority to be still and stop working on anything. You will see a creative miracle explode from inside. It may take 10 minutes or 10 hours. Yet once you truly allow your mind the time to relax, do absolutely nothing, and be nothing, you'll find that life is purely orgasmic. The moment you make time for nothingness in your life and allow yourself to feel into the essence of what absolute, 100% nothingness feels like, your entire life will blossom. It's like hitting the reboot button on your computer. Your body-mind system resets itself, your eyes become clear again, and you discover a brand new experience of this life. All your so-called problems become dwarfed in the presence of your creative geniusness. Excuse me. As you find there only exists the illusion of problems, as you become so outrageously creative, you're able to think of 108 different new solutions to each one of these old, worn-out, so-called problems. This may be one of the greatest benefits from exploring nothingness and letting it reboot your creativity muscles. When you realize how easy it is to completely stop having problems in your life, your community will hear the greatest belly laugh in the sky. You'll be reborn as the divine flow of cosmic creative joy that you, all of us, truly are. So I invite you, everyone, to make the decision right now that every day this week you're going to choose to skyrocket your creative capacity to the next level. Now this means that you are willing to move into and through your dull, ordinary, boring thinking patterns and choose to think thoughts that increase your joy vibration. It means you are committing to taking better care of yourself, loving who you are, becoming more gentle with yourself, and only doing the actions that give you tons of happiness and long-term energy. Sure, you may have to find a new job that you love or spend more time with those people you really love, but how much time do you actually have here on earth? How much time? By choosing to live at this higher frequency, you may no longer be able to hang out amongst those people who have a tendency to bring your energy down. You know, those people who judge others, condemn others, think they're holier than everyone, and yet deep down feel like they are hiding in some perpetual complaint factory. These people won't be able to handle your cosmic creative energy. It's best to move forward with your life and just let them know you're busy if they want to make a complaint date with you. If they are a good friend of yours and want to continue connecting with you, they will wake up and catch up with your vibration. But don't lower your divinely happy creative vibe to be in rapport with anyone. You're not doing a service to others or yourself by lowering your frequency, choosing to be less happy, less joyful, and less creative and alive. We all are still that wildly creative child who had the most outrageous imagination. We all have that. It isn't gone. We used to be joyfully entertained by the fantasies in our minds 24 hours a day. That capacity to enjoy imagination is still there. The child is still inside of us right now, waiting for our permission to come out and play. So it's a decision. It's a choice. Free your child up right now and give him or her full permission to be free all week long. Let her or him dance to the music, laugh at life, be silly, play fantasy, make up dumb jokes and sing songs. In a very short time, we will discover something quite magical. That sacred stream of creativity has become unblocked and is now pouring over us like a waterfall of yummy, liquid, loving light. Every moment of our lives is an opportunity to ascend to a higher dimension of consciousness. What this means, in the practical sense, is only doing things, being with people, living life that makes our hearts sing. If we cannot find what it is that makes our hearts sing, then find what makes it cry or become angry. Use everything, the dark, the light experiences, to push you deeper into your core. They are the fuel that will spark the light to get your creative engines really roaring. Naturally, we are already creative beings. We may have just fogged the lamp up with all sorts of more important ideas. To get out of this fog, just look around you. Notice you are surrounded by creativity everywhere you go. Look, smell, touch, listen, feel life. It is all around you. This world is a divine creation. All of nature and the man-made things came from divine creativity. When we truly look into this life, we will see how obvious it is. that we are the source of creative energy itself. It's always good to know that there is such a thing as stepping into the same river twice. You ever heard that? There is no such thing as stepping into the river twice. The same river. Life is constantly providing us with completely brand new experiences in each moment. Our job is not to try to go back to the good experiences we cherished or resist the negative experience that haunt us. Our job is to be in this creative, juicy moment that is here now. When we let go of the banks of the river and go with the flow of life, allowing the current to take us downstream, we will relax, heal, merge with the ocean. We will only feel tremendous joy, bliss, and ecstasy inside. This is a natural occurrence when we are flowing along with the ocean of momentary existence. We don't have to try very hard to get there, for the water and the river flow is already an intimately connected part of the ocean. We simply choose to trust the flow and will naturally go with it. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, relax the bodies we are in, or that we inhabit. This isn't tough. Some people think that it's tough to relax the body. So they take outside distractions to see if they can do it artificially. And it never worked for long. So you focus on your breath. Focus on the breath. The breath is divine, positive energy. We enter these bodies. We power them. Okay? Lungs go online, heart, everything. Before we enter them, the mother powers that body. Her soul powers that body. Then, when the umbilical cord is removed, we enter the body. And we take over from there. The breath is created. Isn't it interesting that we, the gods that we are, enter these bodies, power the body up, the body begins to function, and the breath is created. And so the breath sustains the body so that we can continue our experience in physical form. So the breath is the now. So when we focus on the now, how does the body relax? Just by us focusing on the now with our breath. The mind chatter. We all have it. Disappears. The ego mind and the subconscious mind is stilled, which means we leave them alone. We don't pay any attention to them because we're only in the moment. Always in the moment. Never yesterday or tomorrow. Everything is in the now. And we're constantly creating. When you do this, the body automatically relaxes. You're not worrying. You're not stressing. You're not fearing. You're not angry. None of that. It's gone. As long as you're in the now, moment to moment, all of that is gone. You see the difference? You feel it? Focusing on the breath. brings us into the now, stills the ego mind, subconscious mind. We become the watchers. We watch the ego, the mind, the subconscious mind. You see, the subconscious mind copies everything the mind thinks, generates, and stores it. Not only your thoughts, but everybody else's. This is why we're constantly understanding that I've got to clean this shelf off of my subconscious mind to make room for new thoughts, new experiences. So the body becomes in a relaxed state. And it doesn't mean you're falling asleep, bumping into walls. It means that you could walk your day and the body can be totally relaxed. You could be laughing and your body is relaxed. Or crying and your body is relaxed. And it's important to practice being gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself. Also, without a doubt, in total, deep, eternal trust of yourself, with yourself, deep gratitude, always. No matter what's going on around you, stay in deep gratitude. You'll be absolutely blown away on how things shift in this life for you. Now, the ego mind will do everything it can to take you out of the now. It does not go there because if it did go there, it would not be. So you can see what it's doing. Don't go in there. Go in the past. Go in the future. Spend time there. Don't go here. It's boring here. You don't want to go there. You don't care to go in the now. And then even more you concentrate to be in the now, focusing on the breath. The breath is your guide. Now, when we look at these bodies that we're in, experiencing physical life, which is phenomenal, we see 7 chakras, wheels of light. Chakra means wheel. These are lights, 7 different colored lights, very vibrant, deep, expansive, nothing like on this planet. They're spiritual, etherical energy. We, the gods that we are spiritual, etheric energy. We flow through them. We know these bodies as the gods that we are, right down to the quantum core. Every blood cell, atom, molecule, everything. By going within and choosing to go within with open arms, we will eventually discover that we are the God in these bodies. We will meet who and what we are. We will also start to understand that we can heal these bodies in a blink of the eye. We are the power of healing. And we also know that, for an instance, you're standing in front of 3 golden circles. They look like paths. You see these paths, okay? And they're all very much alike. The center path, the now, you see this golden canopy made by trees. It's all shimmering, leaves, bark, everything. And the path itself is a brilliant emerald green, flaming kind of grass. They're all similar. They all look alike. The only difference is that the one on the left, the past, is very much used. The one on the right, the future, is very much used. Now, a lot of us reminisce. We do. We reminisce. It's fun at times. We go into the past and we, oh, wasn't that fun? I really enjoyed that. And, oh, look at this. So we kind of go into our subconscious mind library. We open the door, turn on the light. We go sit in an easy chair. We get some movies and some books, and we review everything. And we also review some times that weren't too wonderful for us and so far in this life, and that it shows us, oh, we're going to do that again. But we don't stay there, see, because we're always moving forward. We're always moving forward. We're creating new experiences for ourselves in the now, always. But it's fun to, nostalgia and reminisce once in a while. Unfortunately, some of us, though, stay there too long. I don't believe it's consciously. I believe it's unconsciously. And before those who do that know it, they end up taking that past into a future that doesn't exist, creating that future from that past, reliving that past in that future. That's why a lot of people will say no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. Now, a lot of us go into the future. But the future doesn't really exist because we're creating the future in the now. But we still go into the future. And we're always asking ourselves, when is this going to happen? When am I going to be healthy enough to enjoy my life? When am I going to stop being sick? When am I going to have enough money to enjoy my life? I don't have all of these worries. When am I going to meet my lifelong romantic partner? All of these things. We all do it. None of us are exempt from it. It's not a bad thing. And then we'll seek external authority. We seek other people to tell us what's going to happen in our lives in the future. And when we're told that, and say they share not too pleasant things, and then you become frustrated and fearful. See, so it's very dangerous. The now is all we have. It's all we'll ever have. The now is peace, love, generosity, kindness, gentleness, and humbleness with ourselves. It frees us from the ego mind. Now, we have so many thoughts flying by like clouds in the sky. And the interesting thing is, there's tens of millions of them, billions, and they aren't ours. They're programs. And coupled with the ego mind, they trick us into believing that they are our thoughts. And so we grab one, we move out of the now, we then go into that thought, we create it, move it into reality and experience it. And, we say, oh, this has got to be my thought because it's my name's attached to it. I was thinking this, and this came in. So the thoughts that we generate, over 60,000 a day, go out. We put them out there to the universe. When thoughts come in, you'll know right away they aren't yours. They really feel like yours. That's the trick, say. But when you identify them, that's not my thought. They disappear. I guarantee you, they just vanish. And it's a shame when you're in this life and the ego grabs you and you start wanting to feed the ego. Want to do something that's going to impress people. Want to do something that people will like you more for. That's the ego. And you'll go, that's an ego thought. And it'll vanish. And every time the ego tries to push it in, you'll identify it and it'll vanish. And by staying in the now, the ego and mind eventually has no chance of commanding you, of mastering you, of telling you what to do, when to do, how to do it. You got to get this. You got to do that. Oh, you can't just sit around. You've got to be busy. You've got to be doing things. That's the ego. And what happens to us? We feel guilty, don't we? You ever done that? Have you ever done that? When you're just kind of relaxing, and all of a sudden you start getting this thought, I should be doing something. You start feeling guilty because you're doing nothing. And the guilt keeps coming in. So you say, well, I better get going. I better start getting things going. I got to get this done. I got to get that done. And that's part of the stress that we experience in this life. But when you're in the now and you're just being, it gives your mind a break. It gives your ego a break. And it's a choice to practice this. It's up to you, not up to anybody else. Now, we know that we aren't these bodies. And not the personality, not the character, not the status, not what you have. We're the God. We're pure, deep, eternal love. So when we know that the soul enters the body, the soul is heaven. The God is heaven. Kingdom of God. God's source. Pure consciousness. However you want to label it. And the body is heaven. The body is earth, and the soul is heaven. Consciously aware. Means that we know that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And every step we take on this planet, we are literally creating paradise. Not only that, we are shining our light. 24/7, 360 degrees, blasting all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, including this planet. What is that light? It's a God force, love, light, energy. It's love. It's us. It's the gods that we are. It is the highest of the highest high frequency. And we're shining it all the time. And there is a possibility that some of us will move out of our amnesia enough where when we decide to leave these bodies, we will know we're the light, that we are the love. And we will know that we won't be following the light. We won't be going into any other light because we are the love, light, energy. This is a God planet paradise. We have transcended it into the fifth density, and it is continuing to grow and expand and intensify. Does it stop at 5? No. It continues infinity beyond. If you believe that this journey is going to end, then your ego is in charge. Now, if you were to take a starship off planet, far enough out, see the entire globe, you would see that it glowed. Not only that, you would look at the lights around in the universe, and they would look like a lit candle in the dark. Dim. 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 So we're God planet paradise that glows. That was the main intent when this planet was created, as a God planet paradise. Now, as we come out of amnesia, it will again be a God planet paradise. Now, we know that parts of ourselves, the gods that we are asleep. We know that other parts of ourselves are awake, consciously aware to a certain extent. Now, the parts of us that are asleep are always with us. Do we love them any less than we love the parts that are awake? No. They just don't participate. So we interact and communicate with the parts of ourselves, the gods that we are, that are awake. That's all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. All of the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yah, Yeshua. All the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath her. All of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All light energy beings, all of the galactic, celestials, and off-worlders. Now, light energy beings, with the eyes that we have on this planet, we only see 1% of what is. We don't see the different light spectrums, the light energy beings there, in the red, infrared, the violet, the ultraviolet. They come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, and configurations, and we don't see them. But there is a group that we're familiar with. And parts of that group we interact with on a daily basis. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, dolphin, the whale, Pegasus, the unicorn, centaur, and minotaur. Now ask yourself, could you stay in that body, the God that you are, if it didn't have air, water, earth, fire, wood, ether? No. You would have to leave it. The elementals, the magics, we are deeply connected with these bodies. Now, the archangels, their civilization vibrated at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them in large groups, and we don't see them like that. But at times, we meet with them, and then we're aware that that's what they are. Not all the time, but there's times when, just out of the clear blue, a random conversation, interaction with someone, and after it dawns on us, we say that was an angel, and we feel bliss. And the gods within them are no different than the gods within us. They're experiencing a different physical form, as we are. Now, they have a message they've been delivering to all of us for many lifetimes. And the message is, isn't it absolutely magna-glorious, stupendous, splendiferous to be alive in these bodies? Because you see, we get so wrapped up in the material physical world that we forget who and what we are, so we amnesia. And not many of us look at these bodies and say, wow, I actually have a body so I can experience physical form. I can experience this physical life. Because as the God's out of the body, we don't kiss, we don't make love, we don't laugh, we don't cry, we don't eat food, we don't drink water, we don't breathe, we don't laugh, we don't cry, we don't do any of that stuff. You can see why these bodies are so enticing and seducing for us, the gods. This is why we lose ourselves when we enter them. It's to be in deep gratitude all the time, all the time. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time in the tens of thousands, tens of millions. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. And ask them. Blink of the eye, they'll surround you. And you will be in bliss. Now, the Ascended Masters, they have ascended into physical form. They have mastered physical form. They have ascended out of physical form. They hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical. We are in the process of mastering physical. We are creating our experiences to perfect our creation. Now the off-worlders, galactics, celestials. Over 1,000 species, civilizations, travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. We're familiar with a small group. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Feline, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian. This particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Now, the numbers that we are, pretty much superfluous. We're in the gigaplexes. One gigaplex fills this entire universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. These are trillions of gigaplexes from trillions of universes and from every direction. Once each of us truly discover, we come out of the amnesia and we discover who and what we are, we will know that we have always been plugged and part of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. All one. It doesn't matter 1,000 billion light years away. We're all one. Always will be. Consciously aware, hundreds of millions of us, this planet, focused on it, connected throughout the one. It's total liberation. And we're all gathered as one, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy continues to intensify, grow, and expand. We immediately form a white fire flaming circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the kingdom of God, the God source, pure consciousness, deep eternal love. You, all of us in these bodies. It's the highest of the highest high frequencies. flooding this planet, infinity and beyond. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. There's no escape from it. Every crevice, every particle, down to the quantum quark, is being bathed in this love, of which we are. We begin to ascend above the planet, and we're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. Now, it's not like an ocean of glitter you would picture on this planet. Far beyond that. And the best way to come close to describing it is a grand finale fireworks nothing on this planet has come close to. And the same with a laser light show, and the same with a ballroom globe, mirror globe, that turns slowly and reflects all the light everywhere. Except this one is 1 trillion times larger, 1 trillion times more intense. Combine all of that, it comes close to the ocean of glitter. Now, we're curious, so we look for the points of reflection, and we go and discover. You see these little tiny microscopic mirrors, perfectly etched, and we enter them. And we discover a whole new understanding that all of us in the Gugaplexes and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever, are learning and teaching, teaching and learning. We're either students, teachers, students, both. We teach and learn ourselves. We teach and learn everybody else. You see, all of us are inhabiting some form of physical to experience. It's what we do. Now, if you were to look at a tree, you would think that tree was the life, right? Well, in the physical material world, sure. But the journey within, you would understand that the God in that tree is the life. So the God enters the tree, gives the tree life. Just like we enter the baby and give the baby life. It's everything. Dog, cat, squirrel, mouse. Doesn't it make sense that we're constantly wanting and desiring to experience? That's what we do. We're supreme reality. We're megalithic creators. We're always creating and experiencing. It's phenomenal. Why would we continue seeking outside of ourselves when everything we could ever imagine needing is within us? We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind all of us, the gods that we are in these bodies, that we're the power of healing. Then we're met with the violet blue purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are protected. This white fire armor is nothing like the armor on this planet. It's way beyond that. And what creates it? The God source, the kingdom of God, the heaven, you in that body. The highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, purest of the purest, eternal love. It can't be breached. Can't be penetrated, seduced, maneuvered, manipulated, deceived. No lower dark matter, survival matter, frequency can come near it, or they'll vaporize. So they stay away. No demon possession, no attachments, ever. But only you have the power, are the power. So if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, greed, anger, fear, hatred, dishonesty, manipulation, revenge, hurriedness, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies in. Then all the possibilities are there. Numerous. Demon possession, attachments, all kinds of things. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. The first part of that column is the purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. Then we're met with the violet ray. This is the other part of the column of light that we created to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created to remind all of us, the gods that we are in these bodies, that we are the sun, the sunlight. The sun sets and the sun rises, the rain and the rainbows, clouds in the sky, oceans, rivers, lakes, streams, trees, forests, soils, animals, mountains. We're everything. Everything is us. Now, we've been trained to look at a oceanfront, rainbow, sunset, sunrise, starry-lit night sky, and say that's beautiful because it is separate from us. But through the heart-mind, the next time you view any of this at any time, through the heart-mind, that is the God that I am. That is the God that I am. Through the heart-mind. Do it. See what you feel through the heart-mind. It's a major shift in our awareness of who and what we are. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above it. If we're carrying physical form. And why do we do this? Because it's fun. And because we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created it. It's larger than this solar system and beyond. In the center of the column is this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white ball of light. The golden white ball of light is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light, and they seem like they go on forever. And they all created this super white, sparkling, flashing mist. And it enters through our heart minds. And it is like a warm embrace that never ends. Now we discover that the golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes well-being, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, tremendous prosperity, and tremendous abundance. And then we discover that it is all a reflection of the gods within these bodies. Now at the top we design it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, infinity and beyond. What is the golden ocean? It is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Flooding this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it. Infinity and beyond, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. We're drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is drops of the golden ocean. The only illusion is separation. Now we see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We all created this sphere almost 4 years ago. It holds over 1,800 of our meditations in perpetual motion. And these meditations, 7 days a week, almost 4 years, hundreds of millions of us on and off world, consciously aware to a certain extent, flooding this planet. Its complete transcendence into fifth density. Increasing the vibrational frequencies exponentially. Now we can tap into these meditations anytime we choose. Do you know why? There is so much suffering in the world. Because most everyone is over-identified with their thoughts and wrapped up in the ego. An illusionary limited identity. Ego, an illusionary limited identity. The ego trip gets in the way of knowing ourselves to be divine, flowing sources of love, sweetness, and joy. Do whatever knowledge and drop whatever knowledge you have that is causing you to cling to your ego. Stop reacting. Start to consciously allow life's natural, intelligent, and conscious, loving energy to flow through you. You are divine essence itself. I'll join you in a meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. No matter how small or stuck you may feel, you can always find a way to transcend it. So for today, I invite you to dream big. Let yourself explore a new dimension of your greatest power, your imagination. Start with creating a movie image of what you want your life to look like, feel like, sound like, taste like, and hold that vision all day long. Anytime your mind wanders, return to it. Stick to it like super glue for this one day, as much as you can. You will be pleasantly surprised how much you stretch yourself and your mind with this one exercise. So enjoy. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We will return here Sunday, January 30th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.